Welcome today at One More Thing. This is Pastor Adam. My name is Pastor Eric Leeson, and we're just going to discuss some things that we talked about this past Sunday. Pastor Adam brought the message, and it was really good. Seated at the table for everyone, and just some other things you'd like to add and share today.
Yeah, one of the things is it's just I love David. Of course, he's just so phenomenal. All the different aspects of his life from beginning all the way to the end. But one of the things that, as you're talking about, everyone needs to have a seat at the table or a place at the table, and that integration within the church. One thing that sticks out to me is that when David is on the run from Saul, he's hiding, and of course, as he's going, people know, okay, God's anointed him as a new king, and just the kind of person that he is, and everything. People were drawn to him, and in 1 Samuel 22, it says David left Gath and escaped to the cave of Adullam. When his brothers and his father's household heard about it, they went down to him there. All those who were in distress or in debt or discontented gathered around him, and he became their commander. About 400 men were with him. And to me, that looks like just all these type of men. I mean, all these different ones, distressed, debt, and discontented. I mean, you might think these are ruffian people, but all sorts of people from different nations and stuff were just flocked to David. And because they were all different and unique, they were still able to come together for one goal, one purpose. And they called David their commander, and they achieved what they wanted to do. And so that just shows another great way that it doesn't matter who you are, your background, your gifts, your talents, your nation you're from. If you're coming all at one seat at the table with one purpose and working together, man, you can be an unstoppable army for God.
And it goes to show you that God is always for the outcast.
Mm-hmm.
God wants those that feel like they have nothing, that are broken, to come to Him.
Yeah.
So it's cool how God uses, like, David became a symbol of hope.
Mm-hmm.
By defeating Goliath and these other things that he did and how he lived his life. Then people look to him for hope.
Yeah.
And that's what God provides through Jesus too. He provides that hope. And we are supposed to be integrated. We are supposed to be like your message Sunday. We should be able to have a seat at the big table.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if you're someone that just feels on the outskirts, or you are a younger person, or maybe you feel like you're an older person. You'd like to be at the kids' table.
Yeah.
That we need to work together.
Oh yeah, because it's those experiences that you don't want to miss out on. And when you're all separated, or even as a church, we don't do it even intentionally, but we might put people at the separate table because we don't know anything about them and we haven't got the chance to learn things about them or something like that. And we do it unintentionally, and sometimes some churches do it intentionally. But to be a healthy church and to thrive, we need to make sure we look at all those people. It doesn't matter if they're outcasts or their skill set, or might be something out of the blue. There's always a place for them at that table, and those experiences is what really makes it more beneficial, that we don't miss out on something because we're not having a place for everybody.
And I think that was a good point too that you brought up in your message Sunday, was that you don't want to avoid the mess. And I think so many times in church, yes, we want to be professional and we want to do a good job and we want to give our best to Christ. But at the same time, we need to allow other opportunities for people to learn and grow. And you can't, to me, church ministry should be messy times.
Oh, yeah.
It should be not always, you shouldn't always predict it. It's going to work out the same, because that's where growth happens,
Yeah, I mean, you can try your hardest to hit that nail on the head every single time and do everything as best as perfect as you can. But if you do that, you're going to miss out on so many opportunities and miss people. And so sometimes you just have to be ready to get messy and to dive in and say, well, you know what, I see this person. There's a place for him. I'm going to go to him. And if it works out, great. If it doesn't work out, hey, guess what? There's a learning experience there. Maybe they just need a little bit of time to grow into that, and there you go. So you gotta be willing to be for those messes, because that's the experience. That's all part of it.
I know Tana approached me after the message and said, "You're the crazy uncle."
Yeah.
I
am the youth pastor.
So, no, thank you so much. Is there anything else you'd like to just share or add? Or
if you're out there and you feel like you're ready for something bigger or deeper, or you feel like maybe you're on a table by yourself and you want to sit at the big table, then hey, do your part to reach out and try to go to somebody, because like I said, I think here at Porterfield we do a great job in providing seats for everybody. But we need to also make sure that the invitation doesn't just stay an invitation, but we're actively seeking. So if you feel like you're left at a table by yourself and you're searching for something more, hey, come find one of us or come talk to us, and we will make room at the table, because we want to grow. We want to make sure there's a seat for everybody, and because we want to be a thriving church. So.
And for those interested in being a part of what you do back here in the youth room, that's where we are right now. How can people get involved? And I'm sure we'll share that link to how they can get involved.
Yeah, check us out on Facebook and of course, refuge.com. And also, if you head back towards the youth room, if you need directions, talk to Rhonda where the youth room is. But I have on the wall below the team, I have a picture and information about the people that currently volunteer. But there's little brochures. One talk about chaperone and the requirements and expectations for that. And then one's talking about being a team leader. So that's something you can hold in your hand as far as taking it with you and looking it over and praying about it. So, yeah, definitely multiple ways to find ways to get connected and be utilized and have an impact on these students' lives.
And that's the thing I think we want to communicate today, is that there's plenty of places to get involved. Youth ministry, Upward, Stephen ministry, children's ministry. And we want to make sure that you feel like you can give, you can be a part of something, that you can use your talents and skills to make an investment. Thank you for being here today, Adam. Thank you for joining us. I'm actually going to be preaching this Sunday, so be praying for the message as we talk about worship. Have a good day.